Good afternoon, a very good Wednesday afternoon to you. A beautiful, beautiful day here in Manchester. 2 sunny days on the trot, although yesterday it wasn't completely sunny all day, but from about 11 a.m. it got absolutely blazing, and we've got some more of it today. More rain on the way, we've been told, but hey, it's Manchester. What do you do? No watch talk today, guys, ladies, anybody who's watching. Firstly, let me say thank you very much to my new subscribers, 3 new subscribers. I haven't got your names yet, guys or ladies, but as soon as they appear on the list, I will drop you a welcome message. Look for it in your Google Plus box, and I'll also do it on the YouTube comments as soon as I get a notification. But thank you very much for joining. Always great to see that number creeping up, and thank you very much for the support of my channel. A little bit of an odd one today. I kind of want your opinion on something. If you're watching outside the UK, you won't have seen this programme, but I will kind of fill you in on what it's all about. On Sunday mornings, the BBC, who I'm not the greatest fan of, and if you're in America, you may view the BBC as a good and worthy broadcaster. My views on the BBC will be the subject of another video, so look out for that one. There is a programme called Sunday Morning Live, where I think the programme is an hour or an hour and a half long, and during that hour and a half they take on 3 different subjects which a panel of people discuss along with a live studio audience. Now on Sunday they were talking about the collecting of Nazi and German army memorabilia, whether that be insignia, whether it be armbands, whether it be patches, whether it be German caps or helmets, or whether it be full SS uniforms. Britain is one of the few countries who have actually not outlawed the collecting of these items. The majority of continental Europe has. Germany certainly has. I'm not too sure about America. Maybe my US viewers can let me know whether you've actually done that. Now, what they were talking about on this programme was that a certain section of the community believe that it is politically incorrect to collect these pieces of wartime memorabilia. They believe it's immoral, they believe it's sacrilegious, and they basically believe that it should be outlawed in Britain the way that it is everywhere else in continental Europe. Now, where I stand on this is, I guess, could be summed up in kind of 2 nice little packages. The first one being, I believe, if we do indeed live in a free society, people should be able to do, say, collect anything that they want to, as long as it isn't harmful to any other race or political belief or religious belief that they're aiming to offend strictly by doing so. You will always get collateral offence, as it were. I'm kind of fairly open-minded about that, and even certain sexual practices, for instance, if they're between consenting adults, as long as children are not being harmed or being involved in it, then if that's what floats your boat, then good for you. The other neat little package that I can put my 2 penneth in is, during the Second World War, the Germans thought it was perfectly okay to dictate to people how they should live, what they should read, what information they should get, how they should behave, how they should look, the old Aryan nation with the blonde hair and blue eyes thing. Now, are the people here in Britain who are complaining about the people who collect this kind of memorabilia, are they not saying and demanding that the people live their lives in a certain way? They're basically denying these collectors their freedoms in collecting what is of interest to them. So it's actually quite ironic that they are stopping people collecting memorabilia who they see as an oppressive nation, which no doubt they were, but they don't see that their demands that the people stop collecting it is also oppressive to the people who want to collect this memorabilia. The small fact is that any other form of memorabilia, whether it be British forces, US forces, Canadian forces, or any of the Allied forces, even Russian stuff from World War II, it's perfectly okay. It's perfectly okay. Now, I can kind of understand why it's banned in Germany, because there will be a measure of shame, I would imagine. But today's society in Germany is something completely new. It isn't a Nazi state anymore. It is a new, enlightened industrial powerhouse. That is basically what Germany is now. So I do feel that it's very ironic and actually quite shameful that there are so-called civilized people here in the UK demanding that the people who have an interest in war memorabilia from the Nazi era are dictating that they're not willing, they shouldn't be able to collect that, and that in their eyes is some form of protestation against the diktats of the Nazi party, saying that the people in Germany couldn't do things, couldn't say things, couldn't wear things, couldn't read certain books, couldn't listen to certain music, couldn't practice certain religions, and so on and so forth. They are choosing not to see that what they're doing, in a way, not as radically, but in a way, is exactly the same dictatorial attitude as the Nazis themselves were carrying out. So I find it quite interesting that they're not seeing what they're doing, but then again they won't see what they're doing because they're looking tunnel vision or blinkered vision. They only see their own little opinion, and that's all that matters to them. My view is, as I said earlier, if somebody wants to collect something, it doesn't matter whether it's watches, stamps, coins, banknotes, whatever it is, you should be able to do it. And collecting what are, in actuality, items of clothing, possibly medals, hats, that's all they are. The small fact that they have something attached to them from an ethos which was bad, undoubtedly bad. Any nation that feels that they can dictate a certain way of living needs to be shunned and put out of existence, which is exactly what happened, of course. Obviously, we do have the neo-Nazis these days. But these people who are now demanding that we in Britain, one of probably the most free democratic societies in the world, a certain group of people who find that interesting should also stop collecting, and they're not seeing what they're asking. I will be interested to see what you feel about this. It doesn't lie well with me, I have to say. I know I did say that in one of my previous videos, I think it was my life and death video, or my life after death video. I'm a very black and white kind of guy, and it seems to me that if it was wrong for one section of the community in the 40s to say you can't do something, and all the rest of the world looked down upon that, it is equally as bad, as far as attitudes are concerned, that a set of people in a democratic society also is wanting to dictate what another set of people can do. That's it for this one. I know it's a short one, but it's something that I find quite distasteful. Nobody wants to be told that they can't do something, unless that something that they are doing is harming another section of the community. But if people are collecting what are, as I say, items of clothing, uniforms, what harm are they actually doing? We should have, as a civilization, moved along, accepted that what the Nazis did was unacceptable, and that was dealt with. But let me know if kind of I've not been clear enough about my standpoint on this. Let me know and I'll do kind of an addendum to this video. But I feel that it is a little bit two-faced, ironic, that these people need to take a step back and have a look what they're actually asking and what their attitude is reflecting regarding their own mentality and their view of what they consider to be fairness and view of history. So, the question is, we as Britons, should we not, or the people who collect, let's say, Roman armour and Roman swords and things like that, should we not collect, or should the people who collect them not collect them because the Romans were a conquering nation? That kind of thing. Anyway, there you go. Let me know what you think. I think it's quite an interesting one, this, because I do feel there's going to be people who fall on both sides, and that's perfectly fine. But I kind of hope this spawns quite a lot of comment, and I will look forward to your views on this. I do hold my hands up. The Nazi regime was bad. But the collecting of the uniforms is not necessarily bad, and not necessarily because something is illegal somewhere else should it be illegal here. So anyway, I'm rambling. Let me know what you think. I say thank you once again to my new subscribers. As soon as I get your names, I will drop you a swift notet of welcome. Any questions, queries, and obviously comments down below. If this is your first time here and you're kind of liking the vibe, as it were, have a look at my old stuff. It varies. There's lots of watch chat in there. There's lots of other stuff as well. Some light, some heavy. I've already mentioned the Life After Death one. I'm sure you'll find something there that could be of interest to you, and if you want to comment on some of my old stuff, feel free and I will reply to your comment. Anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope it actually gets the old grey matter going, and let me know what you think. So for now, that's it. I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.